Isn't it fun to be surprised? You think you're going to get one thing and instead you get something different, something better. Well, that's how I feel about the 2019 Ram 1500 Rebel. This truck so far has really impressed me, but this isn't the first time I've actually driven the truck. It was back in April of 2018 that I got the first time to try it out. However, it was in LA, and with LA you get pedestrians, you get traffic, smog, and no off-roading. Well, now things are different because we're out here in one of the premier off-road hotspots in Ocotillo Wells, SVRA, and we're really going to test this thing out and see what it holds. So come on, let's dive in and see what this truck has to offer. So let's take a look at the exterior of the Ram Rebel. Now ours is the quad cab with the 6'4" 4" bed. We got it in flame red with diamond metallic. We also have 33-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax wrapping around 18-inch two-tone wheels. Now I really like the way this thing looks. You've got red and black making a nice contrast, really setting it apart from your average everyday white, gray, silver, black truck. You have these wheels that stand out, and the white lettering of the Goodyear Wrangler also gives it that little bit of pop, and everything else just helps that. They reincorporated the grille from the old Ram 1500, looks great, and the look of the headlights is new for 2019, and I like the design. Everywhere I look on this truck, there's just something to appreciate, something where they found a way to give it an extra aesthetic jolt. So now we're looking at the engine bay of the Ram Rebel, and I gotta say, overall, this is a pretty well-designed engine bay. You've got this front cowl here, and right in plain view, you have your windshield wiper fluid, your coolant. Sometimes designers will put them over there or over here in different spots, but putting them both right in front of you, easy to access, that's a good move. Also, they put some space in between the fan and the engine. The engine's tucked back a little bit, creates a space in between the two so that it would be, I imagine, easier to do accessory drive repairs, maintenance, like tightening pulleys, changing belts, changing alternators. However, that comes at the cost of doing maintenance to anything to do with ignition, like ignition coils or spark plugs, especially the ones toward the back. I think this is a very well-designed engine bay, and it's one more reason to enjoy the Ram 1500 Rebel. The way this truck seems to have been designed was, let's give people the opportunity to go off-roading, enjoy themselves, and make it home. That I think is the raison d'etre of this truck. You know, what is it made for? It's made for taking you off-road, giving you a good time. I think this truck is gonna deliver. So we've got Bilstein shocks on all four corners. They soak up the dips really well. Obviously, it's not gonna go pre-running at 100 miles an hour through the Mojave, but for something like this, we think this is a really well-dialed in suspension system. Compared to some other trucks that I've tried out, like the Tacoma TRD or the Ford Raptor, this truck has no drive modes. Those other trucks I mentioned have selectable drive modes that can alternate between different types of terrain, whereas this is just, you either have two-wheel drive or you have 4-low or 4-high. So I have to give Ram a little bit of a ding there, because for the money they're paying, which for this vehicle is $55,000, give or take, Ram could have done a little bit better and given people some different drive modes, you know, adjusted the shift patterns here, adjusted the throttle sensitivity there, and really kind of rounded out the off-road experience. Let's talk about the interior. It's very, very comfortable. We have, you know, adjustable steering wheel, adjustable seats. Everything is ergonomically well designed. I can control phone calls, I can control cruise control. I think as far as ergonomics go, this is probably one of the better trucks I've driven. This display is a touchscreen, full color, looks fantastic. This is the Uconnect 3 system. As far as intuiting and figuring out how the thing works, it's pretty easy. So, the Ram Rebel. What do we think of it? Well, we think it's a home run of a truck. Ram got a lot right with only a few shortcomings. It's rugged enough to get you out there on the weekend, yet comfortable enough to get you through the week. Be sure to check out our full review on offroadextreme.com.